Well, good morning and welcome to another Coffee with Cutch. It's been a minute, not too long though, but a few days. Um, yeah, it's, I just woke up. This is my first sip of a coffee, so you're getting it as raw as it gets. Um, I'm not sure why I was prompted as I was just waking up and praying this morning and trying to get my day started and meditating on everything that I'm thankful for and grateful for. I mean, this is the eve of Thanksgiving, right? So we're the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's tomorrow, and even it makes me always go deeper. I always wake up on that day, and it just seems like the last several years where I really am thinking about what I'm grateful for, and really going deep and in asking to be shown things that I may be missing or taking for granted, I guess. And I'm not sure who this is for. I'm not. But I believe that I'm supposed to share something with you about the revelations I've been having that will encourage you, bless you, put you back on the right track, inspire you, I hope. I don't know. But that's what this little, coffee talk's going to be about. So, first of all, I'm so thankful for y'all. I'm thankful for the ones that are faithful in following me and encouraging me in the comments. And I'm just so glad that I'm able to engage with you. I really am. When I started to do this, I thought this is going to be stupid and silly and whatever. But I just felt this prompting that would not leave me alone. And for me, that's how I know it's the Holy Spirit. I know it's something that I have to do, right? And so I'm doing it, and it's different for me. I create content all the time for professional reasons, and that's part of why I don't have my mic and stuff set up, because I've got everything set up over there to do demos that I've been working on and things of that nature for clients. So um, it's just weird and it's different. So I want to share that with you, but I want it to be raw and authentic, and that's why I'm barely awake and it's in my head, and we're having this little talk, kind of like you and I are waking up together and having a cup of coffee and just kind of talking. And that's the whole point of these. And I hope you're enjoying them. But man, the journey he took me on this morning, whew, it is not an easy one to talk about, honestly. So some of you know, way, way, way long ago, 20 some years ago, I had a sign company, right? Flip this color down, it's driving me nuts, sorry. I had a sign company, and it was pretty successful. It grew a lot. We grew 200% one year. I was doing work with all kinds of people from, Rainforest Cafe and that group, all the way to all kinds of huge sign companies that I was doing wholesale work for with the three-dimensional products. It was good. It was really good. I have signs around the world as far as Fiji, for crying out loud. So um, it was good until it wasn't. And I made a mistake. I partnered up with somebody that wasn't forthright, and that partnership I highly leveraged my main sign company against to do the wholesale sandblasted in three-dimensional products, and lo and behold, it didn't go well. And then I made a string of mistakes, as we all do when we're trying to salvage something that we're building or have built, or that's become our baby in the process. And it was just all on me at that point. I made just a series of just boom, 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 boom. And then God stepped in, and 9/11 happened, and I started having breathing issues and all kinds of health issues because of some of the stuff that was in my shop. And it was like this trifecta, right? And that trifecta just forced me out of sign manufacturing, and really centered a lot around health. I could have came back after everything had happened, but it centered a lot around health. And then I went on this journey, and this journey was tough. It was the toughest thing I've ever gone through in my life. And it was long. It's been long. To me, it's not over yet. I'm just at the edge of where it's truly starting to come into the next chapter. And I think that's what's prompted this whole thing. So for some of you out there right now, you guys have been through something massive, something horrible. In the business community especially, it's funny. I had one person go, "Wow, you're going to post some of this personal stuff on LinkedIn. Are you sure about that?" And I said, "You know what? Business is personal to someone, and entrepreneurs as a whole, I would say we struggle every day to feel like we're connected to a community, to where, especially if you're a solopreneur, to feel like you're actually going the right direction, impacting people, building the right thing. You're always in that questioning mode. So yes, of course, I'm posting it here. So if this is a little too personal for you, I apologize. And I'd love to hear your comments. If some of you say, "Hey, I don't think you should post it here," of course, I'm not just going to take your word for it. I'll pray about it, but I'm going to obey and do what I believe I'm being called to do right now. Obedience is more important than worthiness, for sure. So with that being said, this one's kind of deep. Okay, I just want to let you know, but I think it's for somebody out there that is really struggling with something big. Bankruptcy, bad partnership, lost 30% of revenue this year because of tariffs and everything that's been going on the verge of closing their doors. And you can relate this to personal stuff, health issues. I mean, my journey has had everything woven into it, from bankruptcy and the shame that comes with that, and building that back to, excuse me, honoring all the contracts that my partner left kind of in the linger with what happened, and making sure all those got honored. I mean, and the financial burden that brought on, just on and on and on and on. Okay, I don't think I need to go that deep with it, right? But here's what I'm thankful for. This is the crazy part. All of it. All of it. Because this journey has unlocked so much for me, for my family, for the business I do now. I could not do what I do and be effective in it. And getting ready to launch a system that I've been using for 15 years behind the scenes, extremely successfully for other people, and know that it's going to impact, hopefully, thousands upon hundreds of thousands of small businesses, to medium, to large even, and help them truly become a brand people want to be loyal to. None of that, none of this could be happening without the journey I've been on. It's so hard when you're in the middle of it, guys. It is. You oh, it's so painful. You can't see the light a lot of the times, but the journey is all for a reason. It's allowed to happen so you grow, so you rise to the occasion, so you realize what's inside of you and put there by your creator is pretty amazing. You are made in his image. And your worth transfers from what you do or what you have to whose you are. And you realize you were created for a calling and a purpose. And that's the thing, is that we all have the same purpose, is to reflect others back to our creator by the way we treat them and love them and help them and serve them. That's it. But how we do it, that's our calling. That's centered around some of our talents, but realizing that we need something supernatural to take us to the next level, and we need to tap into that and have him help and usher us. And these are the kind of things no one wants to talk about in business because they're scared. I'm not anymore. And I think that at the end of the day, if you stop today, and if you're going through this today, and you just sit for a minute, and you meditate and pray and ask, what is the purpose of this? You will start to get answers. Not all of them, because it's not yours to know all the way, because if you did, your head would probably blow up. But you start getting some answers. And you'll start realizing that you're in this because you're being stretched. It's like weightlifting. when I wrestled and played soccer and everything, I lifted weights pretty heavily for a while. I even was on a powerlifting team in Dayton after high school, and it was awesome. But it taught me a lot. And one of the things that I liked about lifting and doing that kind of workout, because it's all about form and structure and consistency, and then what kind of fuel are you utilizing or putting into yourself in order to achieve the goals you want to. You learn a lot when you do those kind of things, right? When you wrestle or you play soccer, or you play football, or whatever your sport is, you learn a lot. You also learn a lot if you play chess and things of that nature, because you're using different types of muscles, but you're learning. And every one of those, if you think about it, and the guys that were either on the team with me back in the day or whatever, know that 2 days kicked your butt, right? It just kicked your butt. But after the second day, you're like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. But you're being stretched and you're being pushed and you're figuring out what you're made of and what you can do and what's beyond your ability and how you need to strive to the next level and all of those things. So I use that to parlay back to what I'm talking about. Somebody's being stretched. Somebody is being and it hurts. And you're going, why, God, why? And it's just, and it's so difficult right now. Number one, you're not alone. Jesus is walking out with you. Whether you have that belief system or not, I'm telling you, he's right there. Number two, you have a community. Here online, you can reach out to me anytime, instant DM me. I'll be glad to have a conversation with you. Because at the end of the day, it's about us being there for one another and caring about one another, okay? So that is very important in life, and I didn't realize to what level it is. And that's why I'm making these little videos that take 10 to 15 minutes to make. It's not part of any kind of strategy, doesn't really benefit me in any way, except for I want to share, and I want to hopefully learn stuff along the way myself as I share, right? I want to continue to grow and continue to become better. So on the eve of Thanksgiving, I want to encourage whoever's seeing this that's going through these times. This too shall pass. You are being stretched for a reason. And if you're in a situation, excuse me, that you have any control of whatsoever, surrender it. Surrender it. In other words, do your part, but surrender to the God of the universe. Hey, I know you've got something for me. And then reach out to people that are believers or just good people that are on the, that want to do good. Churches, nonprofits, people on this channel, whatever, and just say, I need some help. Let them know your story. Be vulnerable, because we are there for you. The right people will always do the right thing, and they will always help you to the best of their ability. And sometimes they don't have a lot to do, but they'll point you in the right direction. They don't have a lot of resources at the moment, but they'll point you in the right direction. And that's what it should be about. You're never alone. You're not alone. Don't let that voice in your head say, yeah, you're screwed, you're alone, you'll never get out of this. I mean, it's so hard to fight. And in full confession, I'm getting ready to take this thing that I'm doing right now with court to another level. And God's calling me into that other level. And I'm going back into something I did before with doing more consulting work and things and coaching. And I'm freaking pumped. But I'm also scared as all get out. And here's why. Because that little voice, right? If you allow him in your head, you got two, a good one and a bad one. And that bad one wants to say, you remember what happened with Sunrise? Do you remember what you went through? Do you remember how hard this has been? Do you remember the mistakes that you made? You're going to make them again. Do you? Seriously? Those are all lies. They're from the enemy. They want to sabotage you. And a lot of times it's self-speak that manifests this. So how do you speak about yourself? Do you say, I'm a beloved of Christ and I have learned all these things and I'm now able to apply them in such a way that benefits other people? And it really doesn't matter how much success you've had, because I've had quite a bit after this, right? After my situation. It doesn't matter how much success you've had. It's always going to be there. Don't listen to it. Rebuke it. Say, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Those are lessons that I needed to learn. I've learned them, and now I can apply them in such a way that I'm going to go to a whole nother level and be 10 times more successful and better than I was before. So, not sure who this is for. Just obeying and doing what was strong in my head when I woke up. And I really hope that you hear me and you embrace whatever you're going through. Look for some help from other people. Be a little vulnerable, the right people, and lean in, because I could not be doing what I'm about to do if I hadn't gone through all of that. I wouldn't have the wisdom that's been bestowed on me if I wouldn't have gone through all of that. I wouldn't even be able to have this conversation with you, because the shame would be so great that I probably wouldn't even get out of bed. But I chose different, and I'm glad I did. I chose to surrender, and I chose to have faith, and I chose to step into it, and it has transformed everything for the good. So hang in there. I'll be thinking of you. And during this time that we're supposed to be thankful, even in the tough time, you'll be able to find something if you look hard enough. We're in the greatest nation in the world. We're among the 1 percentile of earners in the world. Even if you're poor, you're still in that 1 percentile when you look at the rest of the world. So we're in a great place, and you have great opportunities to become whatever you want to become. And, if you need anything, reach out. I'll point you in the right direction. And you know what? Happy Thanksgiving. I hope it's an amazing one. I hope you're with loved ones and friends that hug your neck and let you know how valuable you are to them. And if you're alone for whatever reason, just know there are people like me out here praying for you and hoping that you could find a way to come around our table. Reach out. People want to help. People would love to open up their home to you. I'm highly encourage you to do that. You don't have to be alone. It's a choice. It really is. All right. Until next time, happy Thanksgiving and shine on.